Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got another battery review for you today. This is another one of the lithium batteries, which is the technology that's awesome. And a lot of them nowadays come with all the protections that you want in place. They come a long way from when they first started, especially with price and things like that. When we got this one kind of surprised us a little bit because we review a lot of batteries on this channel, the lithium batteries. We've done golf cart batteries, smaller batteries for the RV, batteries for marine. We've done a lot of different batteries. This one here, considering what it is, this one's a 12 volt. Considering that it's 12 volt, the size of it and the weight of it kind of shocked us a little bit. Doesn't mean it doesn't have its applications, but if you're looking for like a group 65 or something, it fits in like a battery box, or maybe the battery box is in your RV or something like that, this one probably won't be the one for you. This would have great applications, I believe. Of course, you could put it in your RV. I mean, if you want to remove that one in the front of your RV, if you got a travel trailer, and make a box big enough for this one, you'd have a lot of reserve capacity, because this is a 280 amp hour battery. So this is like 3 times what your normal lead acid battery is that you would have on your RV. So this would have that. So you could use it for that application, or even your fifth wheel if you wanted to put it in there, because they come with, a couple 100 amp hour. You could put this in there and get, 300 or dang close to it. But you could also use this if you were going camping. This will run like one of those cooler refrigerator freezers for well over a week. We tested it. It will run it for well over a week on this size battery. So you could take it camping, keep it in the back of your truck, and hook a power inverter up to it, and you could run it the whole time you're camping if you wanted to run things. But this one I think would be best for one of two things: your solar setup. If you have a solar array and you needed storage power, this battery here, and you can hook up to 16 of these, in a configuration, so you can have 16 of these, give you big capacity for your solar array if that's what you're looking for. But also this would work good as a trolling motor battery on your boat. I mean, just because of the sheer capacity, you could troll all day long with this size of capacity. Now this battery here, this is we'll show it to you in a minute. I'm giving you a lot of information. This is the LiPULS 12 volt 280 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery, and it has a 200 amp BMS. Now they do classify it as deep cycle. That's why you can use it for your trolling motor, your RV, or things like that. The box will come with the book. It tells you all the stats on the battery, the operation manual, and you can monitor this battery through Bluetooth, so you can download the app. The app's like most other battery apps. It just gives you the status of the battery, the status of the cells, stuff like that, state of charge it's in. But what's cool though is being able to watch that. So if you're on the water, if you don't have a battery gauge, you're able to look at this and say, okay, I got this much battery. I'm not going to get stuck out on the water. Let's get it out of the package. Oh, there you have it right there. Now this battery is like a lot of the batteries. They have the certain levels of protection in the battery. Like this one has 6 levels of protection like most of them. This one has low temperature cutoff, which is important, especially if you're using it for RV and stuff. So the low temperature cutoff will allow it to shut off at around 32 degrees, so it doesn't damage the battery. And anyway, like I was saying, this one has the low temperature cutoff, which shuts off at 32 degrees, which is good when you're RVing or you're keeping it in that kind of environment, so it doesn't damage the cells. Now, one of the things you got to watch for on these things is they call like the life cycle. The life cycle, you can get this particular one says you can get 15,000 charge cycles on this, but you got to look at it deeper. This one does 15,000 overall. You can get 4,000 on this one at 100% state of charge. You can get 6,000 at 80%, and up to 15,000 at 60%. So keep that in mind. I mean, that's still a lot of life of a battery, 10-year lifespan on this thing. Now this has the same, this way it's the same as like your Group 65 battery. It'll that way, but this way it's a lot longer, so it won't fit in those boxes. And it's got some weight to it. I mean, it's not as much as a lead acid by no means, and this is 3 times the capacity of a traditional 100 amp hour lead acid. And with the lead acid you can only go down to like 50-60%. This one here you go down all the way, or most of us do it around 80%, then charge it. So this one will give you more range, more power for longer, and it gives you the full power the whole time. So the 6 levels of protection that this one currently has is overcharge protection, of course, the low temp protection that we talked about, over discharge, overcurrent, overheating, short circuit, and low temp cutoff. It has all those on there, so you want those when you're looking for this. And like I mentioned, this has to have the 200 amp BMS, so it would be good for your trolling motor. Now this isn't compatible with like a golf cart or anything. It ain't designed for that, but LiPULS does have golf cart batteries. We did a video on that. If you want to check it out, we'll link to it down below. They do have golf cart batteries and other batteries for other applications, other sizes, so make sure you check them out. This, like I mentioned, this supports up to that 4P4S configuration, which means you can hook up to 16 of these units, hook them all up, so you have that storage capacity. That's a lot of storage. And like a lot of them say, they're made with the grade A cells. I mean, I can't open it to verify it for you, but that's what they state. And you could charge this one of three ways. You could charge this with a charger, like a charger made for lithium. I'll show you what we use for it. You could use a solar setup to charge this with your charge controller, or you can use the DC to DC generator to charge this. Like if you were running a generator as backup, you could use this for to charge this. Let me get that battery charger to show you guys. All right, you got the one we use. This is the current one we use, which will auto switch to lithium. You want to make sure the charger you use has the lithium profile in it. We use the Victron Energy Blue Smart charger. This one does pretty good, especially since it auto detects, you know, if you're using lithium or lead acid or AGM or things like that, and it'll charge it with the right profile. And it also has the float, you know, the float and all that. This one, we love this one. It works really well. We did a video on this too, actually. We bought this with our own money. It was just one that worked really well. It was highly recommended. So if you use something like this, or like I mentioned, your DC to DC converter or generator, which will charge these, that's like the three ways you can charge this thing. Now, I think what we're going to use this for, I wanted to put it in the RV, but for me, I've seen 300 amp hour batteries in the normal 65, the group 65 batteries, like the normal size you would see in an RV. I've seen 300 amps that size. That's what we're looking for, so we can put a couple 300 amps in ours, so we can have 600 amp hour. This one here is a little, I mean, a little big for what our area, but I mean, if you're setting them up, I've seen a lot of people set them up. This would work great. Just a little longer than the normal battery, but we might use this one for our trolling motor on our John boat project we're doing. If you guys haven't seen that video, we're doing a series of videos on that. Check it out down below, or check out the channel. We traded a John boat on the marketplace for an RC, and now we're redoing it, getting it on the water here shortly. So we can use this to power our trolling motor, because we have separate batteries we're going to use for the house bank of, you know, our lights and all the other stuff we have on the boat. But this one will give us that capacity for the trolling motor, because we might just start out with a trolling motor for our local lakes and stuff around here. But that's what we might use this for. There's so many different things we can use it for. That's what's cool about these. You can move them in and out of projects as you're using them. Like I said, we test a lot of these, and it does come with your studs kind of for the top to put these in. With all the protections in place, you're good on this battery as far as worrying about, oh, is it going to get too cold? Because it'll shut off and protect itself. It won't get too hot. You know, the short circuit and all that stuff. That's what you want to look for with this. So there's many ways you could use this. If you guys would be interested in one of these batteries, you can go on to their website and check it out, or I'll leave a link to it down below. You can get them on Amazon as well, which is where I would almost recommend you get it. It's a little easier to deal with returns and stuff on Amazon, but it's still from these guys, and they have a variety of batteries. Like I said, they have more amp hour, less amp hour, 12 volt, 48 volt, 72 volt, golf cart batteries. They have a wide range of batteries. Now, for me, for this size battery with this capacity, I felt it was a little bit higher priced than I think it should be compared to the competition that's on the market in the same range. There's a lot of them in this range, if not higher capacity, for less money. But that being said, make sure you check all the, you know, the protections it has. You want to make sure it has that cold temperature shut off if you're looking for that, or, you know, over current protection. You want to make sure they have all that. Just because the battery says, oh, it's $298 for a 300 amp hour battery, doesn't mean it'll have those protections in it, and also doesn't mean it has the 200 amp BMS. So make sure you check those when you're looking for these for your application. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys for checking out the video. We'll have more on this battery coming up. Most likely we'll put it in something, and then we'll give you maybe do a short down the road of how it's holding up, how it did for us, how it charged, and everything like that. So, but make sure when you get these, you want to make sure you charge them up full before you use them. So get a charger or whatever you're going to do, charge them to full before you start going on it. That way you balance all the cells and everything works perfectly. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, try something new.